4. The motion is carried unanimously. Mihai with the technical.
Mihai, President. So looking at the fact that we are a bit ahead of the agenda, I would like to ask you first to accept the presentation from EMSA and then to move on to the bid from GPSF for the 18th Autumn Assembly. Is everyone okay with this? Yes, no's? Perfect, I see general agreement, thank you very much. So then I would like to ask PC to stop the screen sharing and invite Umut to have a presentation and present to us EMSA in a few slides.
Hey everyone. I actually don't have like a presentation per se, but like I wasn't really available to talk more at the beginning of your assembly, and I just wanted to like say a few more words on behalf of EMSA here on the last day, seeing that EPSA has been one of our most prominent student organization stakeholders in the past few years for us, with many collaborations conducted. I'm Umut, for the sake of accessibility. Hi, a fourth-year medical student from Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm the student organization liaison officer for this term in EMSA, which means that I mainly conduct the collaborations of EMSA with other student organizations together with our Department of External Affairs. Between EPSA and EMSA in this sense, we have in the past hosted interprofessional twinning, or TUNIS, as you guys call it, projects both online and in real life. And I believe that was one of the most important collaborations we have had the chance to engage with during the pandemic. As Katie from KMPSC, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, KMPSC Netherlands, was able to post yesterday on the sustainability of these online exchanges were an issue, partly due to EMSA lacking a director to supervise the exchanges, the initiative this term, but also because local representatives of EMSA are usually individually responsible for putting together their own exchanges. I think this obstacle can be overcome through a new round of online trainings if feasible. It started out in the upcoming months, the higher level of supervision, especially from the EMSA side, to make sure that the matched local teams do in fact get in touch with each other. I would personally be looking forward to such an initiative or any kind of collaboration between our organizations to make sure that pharmacy and medical students interact more with each other throughout their studies and be able to work together better eventually, especially after graduation. Thank you for listening in and sorry for my absence earlier.
Thank you very much. You are very much welcome, and thank you for your kind words. And with that, I guess we can proceed to the bid.
Yes, Marina, you can share your screen. Yes, Marina.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. So, just give me a second to go back. Okay, so, dear General Assembly, it is my honor to present here GPSF's bid for the 18th EPSA Autumn Assembly 2022 in Athens, Greece. After some years of successful establishment as an active association, both nationally and in EPSA, we have decided that it is the right moment to take responsibility for a project like this ourselves. We see it as an opportunity to further develop our association, and we seek an EPSA Congress to become a unique experience for organizing to our members and EPSA, for which we have gained so much over the years. So, as you may know, GPSF is a non-profit, non-governmental, non-union association that aims to inform on health and pharmaceutical issues, enhance interprofessional collaboration between pharmacy students and other professions, encourage development on a personal and professional level through the development of soft skills and the introduction of possible career paths. Our association's motto, as you can see, is that when science meets creativity, great things happen. And we try to implement that in every one of our actions and our projects. As you can see, we have a wide variety of projects and events, and we implement them on a national level, from scientific articles to public health campaigns and scientific events. A main goal is to motivate more and more of our members to take part in those projects and develop their own skills. As of October 2020, GPSF is an EPSA ordinary member and a proud member of the year for the mandate 2019-2020. This was a big honor for our team since we're doing our best to engage in as many EPSA projects and activities as possible. The motivation level is very high and our members are excited for all the new challenges and opportunities that EPSA will provide them. We also have two new projects inspired by EPSA. They're the Career Month, an online 3-weekend conference with sessions about potential career paths. The first one was held past October 2020. And the Body Project, which we implement on a national level to increase the engagement of our new members. So here you can see the reception committee that worked very hard on this application and that will also become the Congress RC in case we get elected to host the event. We're 16 motivated, experienced, and very active GPSF members that will do our best to bring out the best possible result. So now a few things about our country. Greece is a place of rich history and culture situated in the southern tip of the Balkans. The official currency is euro. Now let's take a look at the Congress logo. We can see the sun. Greece is one of the sunniest countries in the world with more than 250 sunny days every year. We can also see a wave, which symbolizes the sea. There are around 14,500 kilometers of coastline here, and no point in Greece is more than 137 kilometers away from water. There are plenty of islands and blue clean waters here. Then we finally have the olive branch. Greece is the third most prolific olive exporter in the world, and olive trees are an inseparable part of its culture. From the symbolism they had in ancient Greece, you know that winners of the Olympic Games were crowned with olive branches, to their big role in Greek cuisine. But most importantly, it is the Greek spirit and warm-friendly atmosphere that make Greece so special. Also, we have more than 10,000 Greek traditional dances, and we can promise that you'll learn some of them during this Congress. We have chosen Athens to be the hosting city for this Congress. It is the capital city, easy to access by plane. We have also cheaper airlines landing at the Athenian airport. And there are plenty of opportunities for everyone here to explore the Greek culture. It also eases a lot the RC with logistics while also providing opportunities for higher quality services. So now moving on to the logistics of the Congress. First, we have the hotel and conference center. We strived for the accommodation and the educational program venues to be at the same place, and the Titania Hotel that we have chosen combines them both. It is a 4-star hotel. It is located right in the center of Athens. It has a view of the Acropolis, and it is within walking distance from main sites of the city, like the Syntagma Square. And is also next to 2 metro stations, so every place in the city is very easily accessible from there. It is important to mention that due to the 5-month lockdown we're having here in Greece, the hotel is closed down, so we were not allowed to visit yet. So let's move on to the accommodation. We have made logistics calculations for 280 total regular participants and ODs, plus the EPSA team and 8 EPSA trainers. The hotel can provide double and triple rooms with standard hotel services for the participants, and the speakers and the alumni will have their rooms located in a different floor, and we have single rooms for all speakers and some single and double rooms for the alumni. Now, about the conference center, the hotel has 2 meeting halls, the Europe meeting hall, and which is located in the mezzanine floor, and the Uranos hall that is located in the 10th floor. So about the symposium room, the symposium will be held in the Europe Hall on the mezzanine floor, as I mentioned. We have the 3 indicated rooms with the arrows here that will be combined for a total capacity of 350 people. Next, we have the career fair. The career fair will also be held in the arrow indicated rooms. It's right next to the symposium room, and it is the place our sponsors will be located for the duration of the Congress. And the hotel said they can manage the setup so that no one has to move for this activity. We also have the GA room. The GA room will be in the same room used for the symposium, so we will have no space problem. And as for the workshops and the trainings, the hotel will provide us with a whole Uranos hall, the hall that was in the 10th floor. It has 4 rooms. They're all available for us. And we also have a room on the 1st floor for which, unfortunately, there was no floor plan. Also, the symposium room can be divided into more in case extra session rooms are needed, and the participant capacities for each room are according to our needs. We have talked with the hotel about that. We have also requested an emergency room and the trainer's room. They are both going to be located on the 1st floor, and the trainers can use exclusively this room to prepare for the trainings and store their materials. Those rooms will be accessible for the whole duration of the Congress and at any time. So next we have the meals. We have generally requested a buffet for all the meals, but this is completely depending on the applicable hygiene protocols during the Congress time. The hotel can suit any dietary restrictions, allergies, and generally food preferences if they know about them in advance, so there is no problem with that. The breakfast now will be held in the Olive Garden restaurant on the 11th floor, and it will have a variety of choices, and as you can see in the first picture especially, it has an amazing view of the Acropolis. Next, we have the coffee breaks. The coffee breaks will be held in the indicated rooms. It's the same room that the sponsors will be located. It's just outside the symposium room. And now we move on to the lunch and dinner. There was a proposal from the hotel that we have our meals at the same room as the coffee breaks and our sponsors, just outside the symposium room, so that all the participants can eat together at once seated, so that we do not have 2 groups. They can manage the setup, so they can change everything, and there will be no problem with that. And in case of served meal, 4 dishes will be provided: appetizer, main dish, salad, and dessert. So the hotel has some extra services, of course, like a big storage space. We can use all of it, and free Wi-Fi in all public areas and rooms. And now about the social program. So the social program planning has been quite a challenge for us because due to the lockdown, venues are closed, and thus it's actually very difficult to reach and get offers. All of our proposals here are subject to change in case we find more venues that can better accommodate our needs and budget, but for now we're moving on with the offers that we could already get. We're mainly searching for venues within walking distance from the hotel to avoid the massive transportation cost that buses have. And however, transportation will of course be provided in case the venue for the social program is far away from the hotel. Now about the program of the social program. Here we have on Tuesday the opening ceremony. The speeches will be held at the hotel, and the party will then take place at the Evdamos Multi-Event City Loft. It's only 12 minutes away from the hotel on foot. On Wednesday, we are planning the Greek National Night. It will be a night full of surprises, and we have some things in mind. There is the option to have traditional Greek food at the hotel and then go to the party venue, or have a dinner at the party venue while reenacting a traditional Greek feast. But for now, the budget as well was made with option A in mind. Then we have the International Night on Thursday. The International Night will most probably be held in a sports hall so that we have plenty of space. The route to the sports hall is passing through some of Athens' landmarks, and there was an idea that we could walk to the venue, which is 30 minutes away, almost, and we could provide transportation for the return route, but this is under discussion still. On Friday, we will have the theme party, most probably at the Iki Club, which is again within very short distance walking from the hotel. Friday afternoon, sightseeing in Athens. We will have the sightseeing Lunch boxes will be provided, and the RC will have some fun activities prepared for the participants so that they can admire Athens and stroll around the very scenic pathwalks. So for our final night together, we will have the gala night at the Elon Loft. Our budget for now allows the dinner at the hotel and then followed by the gala party at the Elon Loft. But this again is subject to change depending on our final budget. Some information about the Alumni Weekend. The activities include, among others, the Alumni Meeting. It will be held in the Titania Hotel. Sightseeing and fun activities, and of course the alumni dinner. We are planning for 25 participants that will be accommodated in the Titania Hotel. It's the same as the rest of the conference. And we can provide 5 single and 10 double rooms for the alumni. So now some information about the pre-Congress tour. For the pre-Congress tour, we will probably choose a tour of the southern part of the Greek mainland, Peloponnesus. It's a place of rich history and breathtaking scenery. We have contacted travel agencies for this purpose, but there is no finalized plan ready yet. You could see in the bid that there was an itinerary. It was just so that you can see how we are planning possible routes, but there is no final decision, of course, made yet. Some logistics about the EPSA team meeting. So we have again contacted the travel agency and managed to have some discounts and group prices for some hotels that we recommend. They're not very far away from the Titania Hotel, as you can see here. For the included services, we find actually those prices to be quite low, depending on the rates of the hotels during this season in Greece. For the last day, we recommend the Titania Hotel again. The hotel offered to keep the same group discount prices for the rooms that we already have for the main congress, and also the meeting can be held there with no extra cost. Breakfast is included again. And we'll search, of course, for many more options and try to provide them both for the team meeting and for the last day, and also some options for the food, of course, and maybe even the social program. And now the finances. Okay, so I believe you have seen the budget submitted. I would like to focus on some specific points. First of all, you might have noticed some small deviations in the registration fees. And thank you very much, AFOP, for actually alerting us about this so that we can explain. When calculating the fee for each category, we rounded up for the price show. And when the Excel function calculated the total, they used the normal price, not the rounded one. Causing these minor deviations, but they're all set here in the final budget that you can see here. And we also came across a very honest calculation mistake at the total coffee break cost, and we ended up having 400 more euros added to the unforeseen cost and 400 at the educational program cost for materials and possible setup needs. You can see that in the registration fees, both the RC and the volunteers are paying a respected amount of money. And we had plenty of discussions about this. The outcome was that for now, it cannot be afforded in another way. However, the first thing to be reduced and ideally eliminated if we get more money is this fee, especially for our volunteers, that we really want them to pay nothing. We're also confident that the amount of money for the sponsorships is an achievable goal based on our experience from past events we have organized that lasted for a lot less than this Congress. We are planning on applying for national grants and get support from associations in Greece that support student congresses. And now that GPSF is financially stable, even though we do not want to use the association's money, we're organizing a plan of events that will have a small fee to cover the Congress expenses if need be, like backup money. We have already held an event for this purpose the previous weekend. It was about the scientific literature. I would also like to focus on the fact that for now, all meals are planned to be at the hotel. So this reduces some of the cost of the social program that might seem a bit lower than usual, maybe. So next, for the Alumni Weekend, we have everything calculated for the 25 participants. We have in mind that the Alumni Weekend has to be a self-preserved event. And for the pre-Congress tour, you can see no specific prices here. because, as I mentioned before, we're collaborating with a travel agency. Therefore, we only receive total offers and not a special offer, for example, for the hotel and then another one for the guide. It's all packed in one. Next, we have some proposals for the dates. We have two red dates, let's say. Our national holiday is on the 28th of October, and the Athens Authentic Marathon is on the 13th of November. Those days affect rates and logistics. They're skyrocketing during these specific days. Therefore, we would propose to have the Congress in between. Like you can see here, have the team meeting the weekend before the first week of November that we are actually would prefer to have the actual autumn assembly. And the Alumni Weekend could start on Thursday of the same week, of course. And okay, now we're closing to the end. So here is a Greek word, the word Meraki. I don't know if you have heard it before, but it's a word that cannot be translated in any other language. And it means to do something with sole creativity or love and to put something of yourself into your work. And we are actually planning on doing exactly this to organize the best possible Congress for all of you with a lot of Meraki. I would like to thank all of the RC that so far have done an amazing job. They have worked very hard under those circumstances with the pandemic here in Greece. The EPSA team, of course, that was always there for us and answered all of our questions in no time. I would like to thank Marin and Riyad, chairpersons of the 17th and 16th at EPSA Autumn Assembly, because they really did help a lot. They gave us a lot of valuable hints. And GPSF, of course, for their support, for the team's support, and everyone that has supported this application so far. So thanks a lot for considering our application, and we hope to see you all in Greece. We also have a small promotional video here, but I'm not sure it's going to work from here. So if I can just stop sharing and put it in a different video so that it's not sticking a lot. Is this possible? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so this was it. I really have to say that since we have a lockdown, every measure taken for COVID-19 was implemented in this video as well. No rules were broken. So yeah, that's all. And of course, we're ready to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Mavina, for the presentation. With this, I open the floor for questions. BPHD.
Korean BPH Germany. I'm not very well aware. That's why probably it's clear for the rest. But was it always like this that the fees for EPSA executive and EPSA coordinators, for example, are different? I think you mentioned something about this, Mavina, but I didn't quite understand it. Thanks.
Iris with the direct.
Iris, DPSF, Greece, possible RT treasurer. Mavina, I want to say not the fees, the total amount. The fees for EPSA team and RC members and everything. It was we took the 275. We had the discount 50% or 25%. It was correct. The problem was the calculation of the total number. I don't know if it's clear.
Maeva with a direct.
Maeva VPIA, also to add on this, yes, Kaloyan, according to, I think it's in regulation, PC, correct me if I'm wrong, but the EPSA executive is entitled to, I think, 50%, and the EPSA coordinators and the EPSA trainers have around 20% discount on the registration fees for the event. So that's why they include it like this in their budget. I hope that was clear.
Next, we have Shisifide.
Sanja Shosisafada, Slovenia. I also have a question regarding the budget because we have seen that the RC will also have to pay the fee. We would advise you to plan a budget where you will not have to pay the fee because you will be working on this event for a year and a half. This is just a general comment, not a question. But yeah.
Mavina?
Yes, we actually totally agree. That was a many week discussion that we were having. It was really hard to plan a budget without us paying, but we are a lot in favor, especially for our volunteers and next for the RC, to not pay for the Congress, and that's what we will strive to do. In case we get even the least more money, the first thing we'll do is reduce this particular cost because we think it's the most important, and then everything else will be also upgraded. So thank you for the comment. Yes, we totally agree.
Mihai?
Mihai, President, thank you very much for the bid and the amazing presentation. It was lovely to see what could be happening in the near future. My question is about the number of participants for the Alumni Weekend. 25 is usually a good number for events pre-COVID. I would say that there would be a huge interest for alumni to attend such an event and for alumni to join and to want to come to the event, and 25 might be a bit of a small number. Would there be any possibility to increase this number?
Mavina?
To be honest, we made all the calculations and based on previous events as well for 25 people. But since the Alumni Weekend is self-preserved, I think that if we see that the hotel also has the capacity and that we can actually make the logistics work with the money that we receive from the alumni, without taking a lot of the budget from the main Congress, then I don't see a reason why not. Of course, we do understand that there might be a lot of people wanting to come. So yes, we can actually look into this. Yes, of course. Thank you for the proposal.
Next we have Maeva.
Maeva VPIA, thank you, Mavina, a lot to you and to your RC for all the work that you have been doing so far, and for the amazing start of collaboration. I was just wondering, because I'm not sure if I've seen it in the budget, but are you planning any money or any fee for like RC meetings and stuff like that? I don't know if you have it in the budget.
Mavina?
Yes, thanks for the question. So it is not in the budget. For now, all of this will be covered by us, but since most of the RC is in Athens, it is a lot easier. But of course, we'll try and reduce the costs for also the few people that are not living in Athens. But taking this into account, we didn't put it in the budget. It was already very tight, so we tried to put everything about the Congress now, and first thing, we will reduce costs for us.
Irish?
DPSF Greece, I would also like to add to what Mavina said, that as students of the university, if we want to have an RC meeting when we don't have the restrictions of COVID, of course, we can use plenty of free rooms and spaces. So even if it wasn't the COVID, it won't be a problem to have a meeting. It won't need any money. So it's fine.
Then a new point from GPSF.
Sanya Shasafada Slovenia, we have a question. What tasks does the backup team coordinator you mentioned in your bid have?
Mavina with a technical?
Sorry, can you repeat it? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
GPSF.
Sanya Shasafada, what tasks does the backup team coordinator or SOS team coordinator have?
Mavina?
Okay, also sorry, I'm never mentioning my name. I'm forgetting. So Mavina DPSF. So the backup team coordinator is actually the helping team coordinator. They will coordinate the helping team, the volunteers, if we need volunteers before the start of the Congress for some things. And of course, at the days of the Congress, they will be responsible for the whole helping team.
APEF?
Luciana Pé, Portugal. Thank you for your application and the lovely presentation. You said that some changes can occur regarding the places and the COVID-19 situation. So I just would like to know if you have already any backup plan or already some options thought. Thank you.
Mavina?
Yes, Mavina DPSF. Thank you for the question. Yes, we do. The main thing is that for now, not every venue we are contacting is responding because they are closed. So we managed to see how we will form the budget with the venues we could already receive offers from. So the thing is that if we receive the next offers that we receive are more expensive or they cannot cover our needs, then they are rejected. But if we have find something that better accommodates our needs, then they can stay. Nothing will really change. Maybe the venue will change, but the services or the venues that we're actually looking for are not going to change. I don't know if I understood the question correctly, if you're covered by this or not, because this is mainly about the social program that we could not already see all the options we have. We might have even more options for events, but for now we do have venues to host the event. The thing is that if we find more and more suitable for our situation, then we will book with them. That is the plan for now.
KNPSV?
Kathy, KNPSV Netherlands. I saw that with lunch and dinner, you specifically mentioned that that it's possible to say your dietary requirements. I was wondering if this was also the case for like the breakfast and maybe the things in between. Thank you. And everything looked really amazing, by the way.
Mavina?
Mavina, DPSF. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, of course, it also applies to the breakfast. Yes, for every meal we had a specific talk with a hotel about the specific thing, and they said that for them as well, it's very, very important that all preferences and especially allergies or dietary needs are met. So yes, of course, there will be specific things like that in the breakfast as well. Yes, totally.
We have no more points on the speaking list. Are there any more questions? Yes, Apef.
Luciana Pé, Portugal. I just want to thank you, GPSF, for stepping and create something so well designed. And during these uncertain times, it can be demotivating because we do not know what to expect and what is coming. However, it is necessary courage and to be really motivated to step in and create something like this. And I just want to wish all the luck for RC members, and let's believe AA22 is going to be a place where we all going to meet and have some fun. Thank you.
I see some general agreement in the chat and no more questions. If there are no more comments or questions, then we will go to internal discussion, and I will ask Joseph or Bianca to make the breakout rooms, and all of the members of GPSF